Just another wanker sitting at an airport shooting a vlog. Well, my silly little flight has been delayed by about 3 hours, so I thought, fuck it, why not do the content for the week, talk about the training, the week that was, so we can enjoy the weekend away with the family. We got Kendra's birthday coming up tomorrow, Saturday, 2 years. Time flies, it's fucking crazy. And the lovely wife, Jaylee, her birthday the next day. Off down to Geelong to see Nanny. It's going to be super great. So knowing that we had that, it was going to be a short training week, having to jam the 3 days and hopefully the fourth into Monday to Friday. Normally, obviously, I use Saturday as a training day for me. I was successful, managed to get 4 days in, which was sick. We benched well. Deadies, we might talk about that. I managed to sneak in the accessory day at home, which I talked about last week. The strong advantages of having that home kit means I could get in some arms and do some stuff there. And then on Friday, ripped in with one of my old training partners, Jimmy Lehman. Shout out if you watch this. We ripped into some safety bars. Now the mighty deadlift, mate, last week was awesome. I nailed 250. I knew that this week I had to come in better as it was jumping to 270. I know previous block that was the final of that block at 270. So again, I really fucking wanted 270 to move because that would then dictate and let me choose what to do the following week, next week. However, they were shit. Well, they felt shit, I would say, and it can be post-session somewhat of a consuming space to be after these sessions that you decide is poor due to the odd, strange relationship we put with that barbell. The challenge being, the more important that barbell is, the more it sucks when things don't come off your way or what you were expecting for that session. And I did find myself in that dark space, a little bit of consumption around questioning and challenging myself with everything that was going on and thinking, fuck, why is it fucking heavy today? But like all good things, I did need to take a couple of breaths, look out, zoom out and have a look at the stuff, look at the footage. They weren't that fast, they just sucked off the floor. And then being able to consider the bigger picture as to why that was the case. I pushed a little bit too hard on the legs on Saturday just gone, getting excited with the knee feeling good. Quaddies were fucking cooked. That doesn't help things. And my fucking hands hurt. Wrapping knees with this dry environment, windy, cold, chilly days, getting all these bloody paper cuts on my hands, and my bloody thumb nail was broken as well. So by the end of the session, these things were, meat hooks were bleeding and an absolute mess. I was struggling with the mental battle of hanging on to that, with squeezing the shit out of that bar off the ground versus my brain saying, Johnny, it fucking hurts. Maybe you should let go. But anyway, we got it done. I ticked the boxes, scaled back the rest of the session a little bit because I was feeling cooked. But anyway, check out the vids. Well, here we go. Welcome to the training week that was dumbbell bench. I decided to take it back to Brotown and make my dumbbell bench my primary exercise. I currently think I suck with these things. As you can see, I'm moving 40s. I hit about 5 reps. I don't want to completely toast myself as I do want to be able to get some benching done, but certainly struggle with these things. And we have dumbbells at FB up to 60, so got a little token goal. I'd like to be able to move those things around at some point before the year's finish. I think that's very achievable. Moving on to a Larsen press, tucking those little feet out with the thongs, looking pretty. Enjoy the Larsen press, makes things a lot harder, increases that range of movement. Mate, I struggle for that shoulder stability. As you can see, the poor old arms are literally fucking toasted after doing dumbbell bench. Struggle to hit, I think, 3s on this one. That's alright, I'm not too married to numbers and bench pressing, mate. I'm just happy to move it, get a bit stronger in pressing. At the moment, yep, we have a goal set for trying to rock around those 60s. Happy days, check out the bench thongs. Here we go. Coach Kendall wanted to take on some tries today. We were trying to lead the way with some benching. She didn't care for bench. She just wanted to punch out some arms today. I must say again, mate, it is super fun to be able to bring my daughter and my wife into the gym. We just rip it and have some fun. Absolutely crushed it. Now, the deadies. I thought it would be fun to do a little walkthrough. This is just me warming up and how I do things. I like to start literally with the barbell. Obviously, there's a lot of pre-barbell stuff going on, but
when we kick off, I'm literally just starting with one plate on there. Right now, essentially all I'm doing is just trying to get myself in the best position possible, and then just thinking things through and thinking what's not feeling good and what is feeling good. A lot of my weight's looking forward here. I'm definitely conscious of that and think I need to sit back and put myself into a more upright position, which I do kind of nail on that rep. Weight's light, keeping things slow enough so I can actually think about where I am in position and what needs to be done. I think after this one, the old adductors were feeling a bit tight and I went off and had a bit of a roll. Strong recommend for anyone, particularly when moving the heavy stuff. This is a great approach because you can walk away and start addressing stuff that's not feeling great. For me, because I wasn't too happy with how I felt yet, I wasn't feeling like I was in a good position. I haven't earned the right to be able to go up in weight just yet. So, being that we're in no rush, we'll just go back to hitting the plate. Later down the track, you'll see I have a bit of a strategy of literally jumping in red, so I don't have that many actual jumps in weights for warm-up sets to get to 270 when you're jumping reds. Starting to feel a bit better, starting to put a bit of pace on the bar, start moving a little bit quicker, being a little bit more deliberate and intentful about what I do with it. Next up, we jump ourselves up to 2 reds. Again, you'll see I like to do some pauses off the floor. That sort of, for me, really reinforces where I am with that barbell, what I'm pushing through, what my back, what my arms are doing, what I'm doing it. I'm still having fun. I'm still trying to get a little bit pumped up, but not overdone. Talking and giggling with everyone that's kicking around in the gym. But right now, you'll see I set up pretty much typically the same for everything. That's the pause off the floor, little double pause for that fast lockout, which I like to do. Thinking about where I am. Concentrating for me in the sumo, nice and upright. Feels good. I don't feel like I need to do more than 2-3 sort of reps on these weights. I just like redoing the set so you can see I'll come back again. Start getting my process a little bit closer to how I would set up and even approach the bar. It's getting heavy because it's important to practice that as well. Here we go, having a little bit of a think about what's going on. Right now I'm thinking I've got one more red from 170, one more red 220, one more red on the top set, so I need to start getting after this fucking thing now. Right now it feels good, so I'm happy. We'll move straight on. 3 wheelies. Now typically speaking, if I was comp training or really trying to push the edge, you would see me throwing on a belt by now, but deliberately trying to make things a little bit harder for myself and get a lot more work and also build confidence around what my body can do without a belt. I don't throw that thing on purposely yet, being that it's 170. I want lightweights to be known as lightweights to myself. Setting it up, thinking about where I'm at right now. When I move the weight, I'm thinking literally, how does the weight feel? For me, that didn't feel as quick as it should. So that gives me the opportunity to start thinking about a couple of things like, 1, should I drop the fucking weight back? The answer is no, not a chance. I had a goal of 270, it's going to make that fucking happen today. But I did know going into it that meant it was going to be a rough day. Next jump being 220, this is really giving me some indication of where I'm at. Certainly not my fastest thing off the ground. Coming up next is, you see me wandering around looking at it thinking, fucking hell, why aren't you feeling the greatest today? But anyway, we move on. Fucking jump to the res 270. Again, I want 270 to be considered a lightweight for myself. I know that it's going to be a tough one. My hands fucking hurt, like I said in the warm-up. The warm-ups weren't feeling the greatest either, so I need to be getting after it. So through a little bit more amplitude at this bar. Jumping that 50 kilos is a bit of a shock as well. 270 lands me literally at 90% of my current max being 300, and it's weird, that's one that I think, it looked fast on video, and in retrospect I wish I had gone back and watched the video to give myself a bit more confidence around the weights, but we didn't. That's okay, we move on, we learn, we're setting up again. We got another 270, so like we've talked about the program I'm following at the moment, I'm hitting 270 for 3 singles today. I know coming into this, you're going to really have to get after this one. We had Tristan come and visit from start training, which is super nice. Second set, this kind of says to me, like, I need to go because I've still got fucking one more. If I go, this one takes too much effort out of me, I'm really going to struggle on that. And I'm also starting to consider for myself the following week. Like, what am I going to jump to? If this is too hard today, I am going to be fucking toasted, so I do need to get after it. I've changed up the music, got a little bit of Tool in the background. That's a nice toy. Tool in the kit book that I like to use if you're getting more fired up is using the music for add to that amplitude. So Tool at the moment's a bit of a go-to. I think we had 46 and 2 on, which is pretty cool. Setting up the same, get nice and tight. For me, there's a cue for myself, and that's first time. Found previous training runs, I would literally just fucking around with that barbell off the floor and psych myself out of it. So you won't see it, but internalising, even maybe a little bit verbally at the chocolate bowl, I am saying to myself, fucking first time, Johnny, first time. Third one, I know it's doable, I know it's fucking there, I know it's easy, it's just going to be hard today. 4 old little meat hooks and hands are getting sore, a little head slap for a little self-motivation, which is good. Again, extra amplitude. I'm starting to think for myself, like, what have I got to do next week to make? I'm thinking 275 to 280 move as good as this, if not faster. Let's fucking go. Set it up. Nice and tight. Big push off the floor is what I'm thinking. Maintaining position. I kind of fall forward a little bit. I like that longer hold at the top to give myself confidence. And let's have a little look here. What happens to my little thummy? Oh, it's a bit sore. That's alright. It'll grow back. Now, I was definitely not looking forward to this. By this time, my hands fucking really hurt. And we had pause deadlifts. Now, I'm a bit fucking toasted. My hands hurt. I'm feeling a bit precious and soft. So I did make the decision to not up the weight on previous week. In fact, it is less. That's 175 over the 195 I did last week. I'm happy with that decision. I know that 270s required a lot more effort than I had hoped. And I need to be mindful in the following week. I want to move more weight, so drop these back a little bit so I didn't crush myself, and then just worked on positional stuff so I can reinforce that good position off the floor. Right now I'm getting a bit angry with myself, so I just fucking get after it. Done. We did 3 sets of these. These sucked. Conventional, yep, had the deficits last week. Again, didn't throw them in this week because I am feeling a bit toast. By now I'm not doing hook grip because my hands are done. So we just double overhanded. The weight's a little bit less because I am double overhanding and don't have hook grip. But that's alright. Conventional for me is just an accessory tool for just building a little bit of muscle. So I'm not that fussed that I've got less on there. Oh, and here's my thumb again. A little bit sore. A little bit of red stuff. That's alright, it grows back. Here's the safety bar session. I'm super happy with this. We jumped 120 into 160. It's a nice jump for me. Jimmy, old school training partner from years back, we finally got to do a lunch together, which is good. This is plus 10 on last week. Was it for a single? Boom, straight up, super happy. I think we're on the right path. Next week 170, shouldn't be a problem. Maybe 180 the week after. Then we can look to have a run. I do want to try and hit 200 at some point this year on here. Because I'm lazy and didn't want to take off the 2 reds, I figured 2 reds would be a nice weight. We just hit some 5s here. Super cool. Nice and easy, push through that. Back in my mind, I am thinking to myself, I did over fucking do it last week, coming into my dead session, so I have sort of scaled things back on the reps a little bit. And I am excited to think that I did squat today being Friday, so that's an extra day's rest coming into next week. Thanks for watching, crew. Very fucking pumped for next week. It's going to be a challenge, but I can't wait to see how it all goes.